And what I find strange is that like many, if not all of the hallucinations and experiences, they involve a creature or entity, or sometimes multiple of them, that interact with like your true environment. So like your bedroom, living room, or wherever you're like sleeping or napping. I don't know, it's just kind of weird that it's always like a creature coming in like through your door or like hanging out in your ceiling.
The Late Night Legends podcast is meant for a mature audience. Topics covered may be violent or sexual in nature and are not suitable for sensitive listeners. Please be aware of your surroundings. For specific trigger warnings, please see the episode's show notes. Testimony shared by guests of this show are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Late Night Legends hosts or staff. This podcast and any linked materials should not be considered medical or professional advice, nor is the information a substitute for the expertise or treatment from a professional. Listener discretion is advised.
Watch out.
Hey everybody, welcome to Late Night Legends. Tonight is Maria's episode. She's going to tell us about sleep paralysis demons and all sorts of creepy dream stuff to go along with them. So strap in, guys. You're in for a good one. Joining us tonight are Frank, Tim, Kay, and obviously Maria and myself. So have a good one, guys.
Passengers on this plane, if you look out to the left, you will see Kay wearing pilot sunglasses.
Yeah, but I can't really make a good announcement because the microphone isn't inside my mouth.
I'll put it in post. No, listen. Do you remember the show we did, the last murder mystery? I don't know if you guys listened to it, but there's a part where Joan answers a phone call. I put that filter on her voice. I can do the same for you tonight if you want to make an announcement like a play. You know what? Your whole voice tonight.
My whole voice.
The whole voice. It's going to sound like a pilot.
Your captain speaking. Just want to let the audience know that update from last week. Matt Rife has purchased for 5 years rights to the Conjuring House, including, not the Conjuring House, no, the Warrens Occult Museum, including Annabelle.
Wow.
Also, I'd like to update the audience and say a lot of weird shit's been happening to Tim, so maybe don't fuck around with Annabelle dolls.
I will also say, after I got off the show last week, I had some weird stuff happen to me that I actually messaged in about the team. I'm like, I'm not saying this is connected, but it's a little bit of a quinky dink. That is what I am saying.
Maria, did anything happen to you?
It did not, but hopefully after this topic, nothing happens.
After last week's show, Maria's microphone and headset stopped working prior to this show.
That's true.
She was having technical problems.
And there was like lights popping up behind me or in front of me. We couldn't find the scores.
God, great.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No thanks.
We're like slowly
right.
getting haunted, guys.
It's the best kind.
Okay. So for tonight, we're going to be talking about dreams. So hopefully none of y'all experienced this, or maybe if you want to, go ahead. But starting off with lucid dreaming, this is more of a common one in comparison to like some of the others that we're going to be talking about. And this is when you're conscious during the REM sleep cycle and you're basically aware or become aware that you are dreaming. Oftentimes, this allows the person to control their dreams or change certain things within it. And many people have had lucid dreams at least once in their lifetime. But globally, kind of the statistic is that at least like 55% of the population would experience this. So out of those, at least they'll experience it once in their life. And others experience it constantly or randomly, and others can just do it at will. So Dr. Stephen LeBerg is known for his studies on lucid dreaming as it can be an aid in treating anxieties and PTSD. So it's really cool that like this types of dreaming is like proven to be a thing that people can do, and it's used for treatment. So I thought that was like really cool. He also came up with multiple techniques on making yourself lucid dream. And a couple of these are wake initiated lucid dreaming, or wild. And it's a little wild. Bad joke. Okay. Basically with this technique, as you're laying down and relaxing and about to fall asleep, you would experience the hypnagogic hallucination. And though it is difficult to stay conscious during this transition, it'll lead you straight into a dream state. So the hypnagogic hallucinations, we all experience this as we're falling asleep. It's kind of like that moment in between of being awake and falling asleep, and like sometimes you doze off and then you like wake yourself back up and you didn't even realize that you were falling asleep, and you start like imagining things. That's kind of like that hallucination transition into your sleep. So basically with this technique, you stay conscious through that, like you acknowledge that you're going through that transition, and you start imagining whatever dream you want to have, and it'll lead you straight into the dream state, bypassing the REM sleep cycle. So like it's a quick way to do it, but it's set to be a little bit more difficult and people need practice for it. But usually the ones that lucid dream at will, this is one of like the main techniques that they use. Frank, you have something to say?
No, let's just say this different setup is different.
No, I don't
I know,
have
I've
anything.
had some of those lucid dreams. Those are pretty fun. So when you go in and you kind of like control your dream.
Yeah, I've had a couple of them, but
Yeah.
usually I'm not even aware I'm dreaming until I woke up and I'm like, wow, that was really weird. I
Mhm.
didn't think I knew Batman that closely.
Real talk. I lucid dream a few times a year.
Nice.
Like I had one just the other night where you just kind of wake up and you're kind of like, oh, I was kind of into that dream, but like, where was
You
it
get
going?
back into it,
And then you just go
let's
back into
continue
it,
where
which
we
is
left
kinda
off.
cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I do a lot of sleepwalking.
Oh,
What?
Yep.
Hmm.
Sleepwalked the other night.
Interesting.
And you just said you have a balcony, so that's probably not good.
No, I always just do stupid stuff. Like I woke up this time, I was in the kitchen. I put 3 cups on the countertop, and I woke up just incredibly thirsty while I was putting them, just setting them on the countertop. And I'm like, wow, in my dream, I must have been really, really thirsty.
It's like Step Brothers would put the couch pillows in the oven.
Yeah.
I used to sleep. I haven't slept walk in many years, but the first time, or one of the first few times I did it, I kicked a coffee table once and broke my toe. A totally different time, I woke up and ate half of a pizza that I had ordered for dinner. I went back to sleep. I woke up the next day. Who the fuck ate my pizza? My ex-girlfriend was like, "You woke up in the middle of the night and just started eating the pizza standing up over the oven." I'm like, I don't remember that shit. It was great.
I think that's a great excuse for her to use since she ate your pizza.
Yeah.
Actually,
there you go.
Tim, this could be a lie all of these years. You could be right.
She ate
God.
the pizza.
The fucking conspiracies are coming out.
I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that.
Yeah.
Just
100%.
gaslight.
You just saved some marriages.
Gaslight your partner, guys. For more tips on how to do that,
Oh.
please follow us on TikTok.
We give great advice. Legal, romantic, relationship,
Criminal.
criminal.
Travel.
So one of like the easier methods is reality testing or reality checking. And it's basically asking yourself, am I dreaming? Does the environment around me make sense? So you would ask yourself that like during the day, and then while you're like sleeping, like remind yourself to like just ask that. And you can just tell if it's like if the environment around you, usually in a dream, you're like randomly somewhere. So you can ask yourself like, how did I get here? What am I doing here? Like what's the purpose? And that's when you kind of realize that you're in a dream. And that's when you're able to start controlling the dream. Another way is people recommend to not do this, but is to, if there's a mirror in your dream, look at the reflection. And usually like this is like a creepy experience for people, but it's a good way to like tell that you're dreaming. And so that's basically how you can like make yourself lucid dream. And for me, I do experience it quite often, and once I'm aware that I'm in a dream, I'm able to like start flying. I can go through walls and stuff. I can breathe underwater, and sometimes I can change like what's happening around me. It just depends on the dream. But sometimes, like 7 times out of 10, once I realize that I'm in the dream and I start like flying or like doing all that cool stuff, something starts chasing me or like trying to fight me or like come after me, and it's always like some creature or just like something super creepy. And the weird thing is that like as that starts like chasing me, the like flying and like going through walls and everything, like I can still do it, but it's harder to do. So I have to like get a running start or like jump into it or like push really hard up against the wall to like go through it to like run away from it. And yeah, so sometimes I can like still control everything that's going on around me except for whatever is chasing me. So I don't know what that means psychologically for me, but like it's just really weird how like in lucid dreaming you're supposed to be like able to control everything around you, but whatever is chasing me, like I'm not able to do. And there's a lot of people that like have similar experiences. If like something's like coming after them, they can't control whatever it is.
I feel like I've heard about this happening, that either it's, I think it's something like you're not supposed to know that you're dreaming. And so once you are awake in your dream, there's something coming after you, whether it's to wake you up or maybe I'm getting it confused with astral projection, where like you supposedly leave your body and something's coming after you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure, but I feel like there's something scary behind that.
Yeah. Another thing with like lucid dreaming, like it's usually a very nice experience, but another thing that people like warn you not to do is to not let the people within your dream know that you are aware that it is a dream, because then they can like turn on you basically, or basically like they'll start either attacking you, or the dream will just turn like super creepy. It'll change into a nightmare, or it'll pull you out of the lucid dream and you'll just wake up, or it can sometimes pull you from the lucid dreaming into sleep paralysis. And that's what a lot of people have like said in their experiences, that like once they let someone else know that they know that they're dreaming, or sometimes they experience that like the people in their dreams realize that they're not real or that they're in a dream, then that kind of like transitions them into a sleep paralysis. So, funny that Colin mentioned that he's a sleepwalker, because sleep paralysis is under the category of parasomnia, which is also a type, like you can also be sleepwalking under the parasomnia category. And this is also like sleep talking or acting out physical movements in your dream.
I do all that too.
Nice.
Didn't they say that like if you wet the bed, that's part of it too? Because like you don't have like motor function. It's like dream related. The kids have that.
I don't know if I've heard that before.
I didn't see that, but who knows?
I feel like I have heard of that.
I think that's just a disconnect between like your body's warnings and your brain when you're asleep. Like it just hasn't made that connection yet.
Yeah, or maybe they're like dreaming that they're in the bathroom.
Yeah, I know that happens to people, that they'll dream that they're in the bathroom.
Dang. So yeah, the sleep paralysis, it happens typically during right before you're falling asleep, or after, while you're like waking up or coming out of the REM sleep. So the sleep paralysis comes from the muscle atonia, which is kind of makes it a little bit opposite of the sleepwalking and everything, because the muscle atonia is the process in which like muscle inhibitory neurotransmitters, they prevent you from acting out your dreams and stuff. So still within that parasomnia category, but they're kind of like opposites of what they let you do and don't let you do. So these hallucinations, they come from the brain still experiencing the REM sleep or the dream cycle, which brings the vivid dreams into your real life surroundings. And a question that like I guess people ask is, how come the hallucinations are always like something scary when it comes to sleep paralysis? And scientifically, this can be explained away with that feeling that you get when waking up paralyzed can be frightening. And there's always usually always, there's pressure on your chest, which makes it hard for you to breathe. And in many cases, there's a feeling of dread or imminent danger. And so that fear and panic, while that you're experiencing while technically still in that REM sleep, will make your brain think that it's in a nightmare, which brings up all of the like creepy hallucinations. That's the scientific explanation. So the sleep paralysis only lasts for a couple seconds to a few minutes, but it can feel like a very long time because it's difficult to get out of the sleep paralysis. Some people have to make a conscious effort to wake up, like wiggling their toes or their fingers, and they can also like count or just force yourself to get up. But that can be very challenging. And what I find strange is that like many, if not all of the hallucinations and experiences, they involve a creature or entity, or sometimes multiple of them, that interact with like your true environment. So like your bedroom, living room, or wherever you're like sleeping or napping. I don't know, it's just kind of weird that it's always like a creature coming in like through your door, or like hanging out in your ceiling, or just standing there like staring at you, or messing with your blankets or objects around you. It's never like, oh, the walls in my room are starting to change, or my bed is turning into a cloud, you know, like it's never your surroundings changing. It's always something creepy entering your room. I don't know what you guys think about that, but like for me, it's just kind of weird how that works out.
I mentioned this last week when we were talking about Annabelle, because that one friend woke up in the middle of the night and saw Annabelle like climb up his leg and then come to sit on his chest and start choking him. And I out of everything that we went through, I feel like that was the most explainable thing. I feel like he was going through sleep paralysis when that happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, that is easier to explain than a possessed doll coming and trying to choke you to death.
Yeah, so...
Which is still a possibility.
I mean, where do I sign up for sleep paralysis like that?
Exhaustion.
Depends on the doll.
Yeah.
I'm there. Go on.
Yeah, it can be random, but like typically, like a lot of people say that it happens while you're like sleeping like on your back. And if you're exhausted, if you haven't slept well in days and stuff, it can make you have sleep paralysis. So one of the main hallucinations in sleep paralysis is shadow people. And these are basically just dark shadow figures that resemble humans with elongated arms and elongated legs sometimes. And they usually don't have any features, but sometimes you can see their eyes, depending. And the thing is, like, people see these shadow figures while awake and during their sleep paralysis. So they're usually caught like in the corner of your eye, or peeking like behind a window or a door or something. And they supposedly just vanish as soon as you realize that they're there. But during the sleep paralysis, they're more likely to just like be there not actually vanish, and maybe this is because you're like more in a vulnerable state. And one of the most, I guess, kind of famous, the one that's like more popular is the Hat Man, which is a type of shadow person. And for decades, people globally have reported seeing the Hat Man during sleep paralysis, and some have seen him during the day or claim to have captured him in pictures. And he's very popularized now, even having connections to people like saying that they take Benadryl and then they experience sleep paralysis and see the Hat Man.
Yes.
Which
That went viral, what, like a year or something
I
ago?
think so.
We talked about that. And then Frank said he can take like 8 Benadryl and it won't do anything. And then like a month later, he said 1 Benadryl will knock him out. So you just can't trust anything that Frank says.
So there's this thing that I found out. I learned that there are different milligrams. Because after you and Joan called me out on that, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me, actually? And yeah, it was 5 milligram versus like 30.
You were taking baby
very good to know.
Benadryl.
Yeah.
Well, my wife just said she takes Benadryl all the time and she's never seen the Hat Man. So I think she feels left out.
Oh.
She just has to take more.
Yeah.
They do say
Start
that,
chugging.
like, if you've taken a good amount, then, like, that's when you see him. I don't know the connection between that. I've never experienced that, but...
I'm just impressed that after all this time, Kay still remembers that moment in the Frank lore months and months later. Like, calling me out on Benadryl receipts fucking 8 months later.
I never forget when people wrong me.
How would that I wrong you?
Yeah.
I think you're supposed to take them with mushrooms if you want to see the Hat Man.
I will say you have to be very careful because there's a very thin line between taking enough to see the Hat Man and taking enough to see the Grim Reaper. So be careful.
Yeah, and don't just take it to experience this. Take it because you have an allergic reaction or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Hat Man is just a shadow person with like a wide brimmed hat. Sometimes the hat varies, I guess. But it's very popular nowadays, but there still has been a lot of people seeing him and experiencing him even before social media was a thing. And I know in Colombia, it might not be the same thing, but there's I guess a mythological creature or legend. And they call him El Sombrerón, which just means like hat wearing guy.
Like Frank.
Or like he has a big hat. I don't know. Like that.
How big is a sombrero in this scenario, Maria?
It's not a mariachi sombrero, if that's what you're thinking.
Could it be mini? Could it be a mini one?
No, I think it's more of like kind of like a cowboy hat, kind of like that wide.
The wide like a spaceship.
But it's got to have the Western curls, though.
I mean, it looks like
Can't
Frank
be
is
a
wearing a
flat
hat.
Oh, yeah.
Bigger or smaller than Frank's
I got to
hat?
figure
A
out
little bit bigger than Frank's hat. But yeah, this is like, it's basically the same thing. The story is a little bit different, but is seeing a shadow of a person and they're wearing a hat, and it's usually when you're sleeping that you see him, or so like it's just interesting that there's like a similarity there, but again, I don't know if it's like the same thing or maybe it is, but nowadays it's just correlated with sleep paralysis and the shadow people. So there are some people that say that while you're in the sleep paralysis state, you can go from that, if you concentrate enough, into the astral projection. And that's not the only way to get into astral projection, but they say like that's one of the ways that you can if you're experiencing the sleep paralysis. You just have to like hone in on that and concentrate and go into the sleep into the astral projection. So it's believed that in this state, your consciousness or your soul / spirit can separate from your physical body. And it's similar to lucid dreaming in that it can be random or accidental to astral project, but other people do it on purpose after much practice. It's still not fully like said that it is a fact that this exists or is possible to do, but there's just so many people that say that they have done it, and it's practiced in so many cultures that I don't know, maybe just science doesn't want to say that it is something that you can do. So while you're in the astral projection realm and stuff, people say that like you can go into like high and low vibrations, and this is like a lot having to do with like vibrations. So a lot of cultures, they practice it to help you reach enlightenment, and others see it more as a dangerous practice, and other people just see it as a fun thing to do. And the possibilities are endless. Like I said, like people say they go to high and low vibrations. It's a big rabbit hole. Like they say that they go to other realms and worlds and stuff. I didn't really fully get into all of that.
Before anybody who's listening says to themselves, man, this is a bunch of bullshit. If you look at any of the Freedom of Information Act CIA documents that they've released over the years, specifically within the realm of MK Ultra, they've studied vibrations, and they've linked. The government seems to think that there's a link between psychic activity or psychic ability and vibrations and manipulating vibrations within the brain. There's a whole field of study about that stuff.
Mm-hmm. What happens when you're up in that? Who knows? But yeah, there is a connection.
Yep.
So connected, guys.
So connected.
It's very connected.
Um.
Oh, HR. HR is getting involved. HR does not like this conversation. Sorry, Maria.
So one of the like ancient cultures that have practiced this is in ancient Egypt. There was the belief that the soul could travel, and they had the Ba, which was part of the soul that could travel between the world of the living and the dead. And this is believed to be the astral world. So basically, a lot of people do say that the astral world is the spirit world where spiritual beings reside, and like also like more negative energies and stuff. So like also demons or just any other dark entity, like that's where they would be in the astral world. So they say like it's important to be like at a high vibration or whatever, just so that you're not really welcoming in all of those other negative entities that may be around you in that realm.
I think this is the one that I was getting the first one confused with, and it's what's that horror movie that has like Insidious? Yes,
Insidious. Yeah.
Yeah, I talk a little bit about that in here, but like yeah, it's basically an astral projection movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he gets stuck in the astral projection.
That like
the child.
The negative entities can sense that you are outside of your body, that you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing, and they want to take advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that movie because it marries a couple of different concepts. It marries astral projection, but it also marries the concept that the veil is real, and it said, or it sort of alluded to the fact that astral projection, you're projecting yourself into the reality of the dead, which is built on our existing reality, so to speak. So like it's pretty cool in concept. And I thought that first movie was pretty great. I haven't seen all the rest of them. I understand there's like 15 of those now.
Oh, the first time I watched it did scare me pretty bad, but after I realized that the bad guy is just like Darth Maul. I can't take him serious anymore.
He does
Like the
look like
movie
Darth Maul.
itself, the movie itself is scary, but every time you see him and his little face pops out, I can't take him seriously. It looks like Darth Maul with a really bad hair day.
Yeah. And like the little song too, like I know a lot of people think it's like super creepy, but like I just found it kind of comedic.
Yeah.
Tiptoe.
Yeah, so that song was made by, it's a male singer. That's not a lady singing.
Yeah.
Tiny Tim. Yeah. We were going to do a show on him because he's got a lot of creepy music and there's a lot of like creepy lore around his life. That could be something that we talk about with Stormfrog, who loves that song and that artist. Stay tuned. Maybe we'll talk about that.
Yeah. And then in paintings, the Egyptian paintings, the Ba was depicted hovering over or near the body, which is what led people to believe, like, aside from other scriptures and stuff, that they did believe that the soul could separate from the body. And then the Ka, just to complete it, was the vital or life source part of the soul, which stayed connected to the body. So, like, they believed that the soul could just kind of like split, and part of it would go into the astral world and the other would just stay connected to the body. With astral projection, I think like they just believe that like your entire soul leaves your body. And people that do this, they say that they remember their travels much better than they would remember a dream, because essentially the soul is actually traveling to a location. Whereas in a dream location, you're just kind of imagining that or making it up. And I heard like a couple people like ask this question, and kind of read some of it too. And just, I don't know, for me, like it would make some sense in explaining like ghosts and stuff. But, what if the ghost and shadow people that we see is just someone astral projecting and like paying you a visit?
Ooh.
Yeah. Like that could be a possibility. You know?
It's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever heard that suggested before.
Yeah. But like, I don't know, for me, like it would make sense. Like I'm not saying that like all of it explains like if it could be like, you know, saying like no ghosts exist or anything, but it could be just a possibility like one day when you experience something, like it could just be someone astral projecting.
Could be.
So this idea of being able to soul travel to any location and remember it made its way to the CIA, as Frank was talking about a little bit. And mostly in the 60s, after they heard about the Soviet Union looking into parapsychology for espionage, this is when they started like looking more into it. But the Soviet Union was just probably like saying that they were doing this to like throw the Americans off and make them go on a goose chase, but who knows?
Waste resources on it.
Yeah. But either way, the CIA began their research project called Stargate, and it explored remote viewing. And this is the alleged paranormal ability to perceive a remote or hidden subject without the support of the senses. And then there was the Gateway Project. And it's the classified documents state that the CIA and other intelligence were searching for information on utilizing the astral plane to obtain information and gain the upper hand on the enemies. So yeah, they studied this, supposedly. They studied outer body experiences and sending your spirit across the country or something, and they would read back information that was left in those locations, just to confirm that they did travel to those locations in the astral realm. And not all of the studies are credible, but some were a little bit hard to dispute if they were telling the truth. Like one person astral projecting into a specific location or house and describing it perfectly to how it is in reality without ever physically having been in that location.
That's have you guys seen the movie The Men Who Stare at Goats?
No.
Nope.
It's about that. It's Ewan McGregor and George Clooney, I believe. It's a pretty good movie. It's
and they did that?
Ewan McGregor starts as a skeptic. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. And yeah, it ends up it's all being true. It's all true in the film anyway. Pretty good movie. Funny. They stare at goats.
And yeah, so with those the people that did the astral project say that, or not the project, sorry. The people that astral project, they say that they imagine themselves getting lighter and lighter, trying to like float up to the ceiling, and they picture pulling themselves out of their body, or feeling again the vibrations. Basically, like as soon as it happens, like your body just separates from the soul. And that's when they start, their travels. But this is also kind of like where the dangerous part comes in, as Kay said, that all of those entities and like shadow people that like would visit you during your sleep paralysis and stuff, like you're just leaving your body behind for them to do whatever they want, I mean,
What?
I don't know. They could like,
Whatever they want.
Hey, yo, what?
no.
Bruh.
It sounds like a crooked dentist.
But yeah, like they could prevent your soul from being able to return to your body, or yeah, possess it or something. I don't know what they do. So yeah, I don't know. And yeah, they like basically like in that state you're vulnerable. Because if your soul is leaving your body, then what's really left to protect it if you won't be able to return to it if they prevent you? So my mom, she's actually experienced the like astral projection. So she says, I don't know. But one of the first times that she experienced it, she said that she did feel like those vibrations, and it felt like she was being pulled at light speed through like tubes. I don't know. She said like she was like spinning down and then went to the front door, and then she saw like two streets where we were living, and she said like she looked down one of them and then the other one, and she knew that if she went down that road, then she wouldn't be able to like return back to her body. And then one other time she said that she like visited my grandma's house, and then she saw that she was my grandma was at the front door, at the front neighbor's door, talking with them, and she like overheard the conversation, and then she just continued doing her thing, and then she went back into her body. And then later my grandma confirmed that like she was at that neighbor's house, and like what they were talking about. So
What were they talking about?
I don't know. They were just catching up. I don't know.
Jeez, man.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if I fully believe her or not. But I mean, I don't know. But that's what she says, and that she did confirm that like what she heard actually happened. So who knows? But yeah. Have any of you guys like know anyone that has like experienced sleep paralysis or astral projection or?
I've experienced all of those things. Let me tell you, it can be fun. Not the sleep paralysis one. That one's not fun.
Yeah,
I think I
sleep
psyched
paralysis.
myself. I think for the sleep paralysis, I think the one time it happened, I psyched myself into it. I was like, I bet it's gonna. I don't want it to happen tonight, and then and then it happened that night. I didn't have a demon, but
What
yeah,
did you
I felt
have?
Like,
I didn't
don't
have
want
anything.
to
It was
happen, so it happens.
it was just darkness. I was like, well, this sucks. I gotta pee a little bit, and I couldn't get up.
Yeah, it's happened 3 times
And that's
for
how
me.
people went to bed.
It happened 3 times.
Mhm. one of the first times I was still in high school, and it's like those dreams that you're waking up and like you go about your routine and then you actually wake up. So like I was having that, and then when I realized like I was still in bed, that's when I was like, oh, okay, well, let me just start getting up now. And then I couldn't. I was paralyzed. But while that was happening, I like heard something like whispering behind me, and like the way that my bedroom was, like the bed was like up against the wall, so like there couldn't have been like anyone behind me, so just hallucination. But like I was hearing someone talking behind me, and then whatever it was yanked my hair.
Oh shit.
Oh gosh.
And like I felt like it hurt, and I got up after that. Like it basically yanked me out of the sleep paralysis. And yeah, when I got up, like the back of my head was hurting. So I don't know what that was, but I guess that was like, yeah, the first time that I experienced the sleep paralysis. And then the second one, I think I talked about it a little bit already with you guys, but I was in college and I was studying for an exam, and I was super tired, and it was in a library, and I was like in an enclosed room, and there was a couch. So I was like, let me just take a nap. There's really no one else in the library. So I locked the door. I set my papers down, and I took the nap, and I put a timer of just 20 minutes. I was just going to take a power nap. And then I fell asleep, and then I started to wake up because I heard the AC turning on, but it was like ringing like really loud in my head, like in my ears. Excuse me. And that's when I was like, okay, well, let me just get up. And then I opened my eyes and realized I couldn't move. So I was like, okay, sleep paralysis again. But like the room was super hazy. Like it looked like a fog machine had just like thrown up in the room. I don't know. It was weird. But in that one, like I did feel that like dread, and I was like, am I dying? Like I genuinely like felt like I was about to die. So I was like, I'm gonna,
It's creepy.
yeah. And like I had the feeling in my other one, like I just kept my eyes open while I was like experiencing all of that. But in this one, I was like, I need to close my eyes right now because I don't want to see what's about to happen. But yeah, no. So like I closed my eyes. And like immediately, as soon as I did, that's when like I heard someone opening the door, and I heard heels, like someone with heels coming into the room. And part of the room was carpeted. So it was also weird that like I was hearing the heels in the floor. But yeah, I heard whatever it was, whoever, coming in. And then I like could tell that they were standing near the table where all my papers were. And then they walked over to me and like say, this is my head, and this is like where the couch is. And like whoever it was like this, like just like looking at me. Like that's what
horrifying.
I perceived happening.
Oh.
And like that happened for like, it felt like it was happening for like, I don't know, like 30 minutes. I don't know. But it was probably just a few seconds. And yeah, like I was scared. Like I was like, I'm about to die. Like, I don't know who this is, but like, it's probably like something coming for me. Like they're going to take me. I'm good. I'm done. So I just started like, thinking like really hard. Like I need to get up. I started counting. I was praying. I was like doing whatever. I like heard about like the wiggling, like trying to move your limbs and stuff, which even like if you're not able to, cause you're paralyzed, like even just like imagining that you're doing it, like it might help. But eventually I came to, and then I just bolted out of the room. But like the door was still closed. It was still locked and everything. So like no one had come in. It was just a hallucination. But at the same time, like I think that while you're in sleep paralysis, you are vulnerable. And it could like be an invitation for like spirits and stuff to like come in.
When in doubt, wiggle your niblets is the take back here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the second one. And then the third one wasn't as eventful. Like I felt that I was going into the sleep paralysis, and I fought it. I was like, I'm not gonna let this happen. And I just got myself out of it. Like it happened for like a little bit, but I stopped it. So hopefully it doesn't happen again, because it's not fun. I wouldn't recommend.
On that first one, where you were getting ready for school and then you realized that you hadn't actually gotten ready at all, were you upset when you woke up and you realized, like, I have to do my hair and my makeup again?
Well, no, because I didn't really do my hair and makeup at the time.
Oh.
But
I'd be
just brushed
so
my
mad
hair.
I'd be so mad if I woke up like, no, I don't want to do this again.
It is annoying though when that happens. Like, I think I've experienced that like twice, and it's like, I just like have to do all of this all over again. But no, I wasn't
For real.
upset
If I had
about
to do
it.
my hair again, oh,
But yeah, it was creepy.
Weird.
Wild. If anybody has any experiences of, listeners, if you're watching this in post on YouTube or wherever, please put down in the comments your craziest experience, and maybe we can read some next week or at the end of the year if we really like them, or if it's wild enough, maybe we'll ask you to tell your experience here on the show. Who knows? Who knows what could happen?
Anything could happen.
I know you might be going over this next, Maria, but anything on like when you have the same dream like multiple times and like almost identical, what it is or what it means or any of that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I don't know what it could mean, but like I've experienced that sometimes where I'll have like the same reoccurring dream, or sometimes like I'll finish a dream like after I wake up and everything, I go about my day, and then the following night I'll like continue where I left off. And I don't know if that's like still within like the lucid dreaming category, because like it's not always dreams that, like I can control. It's just like picking up where I left off. So that's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting. I wonder what that means.
Maybe I could be a good writer, but yeah. Have any of you experienced that, like picking up where you left off, or just having the same dream over and over?
Yep.
Yeah, both.
I haven't done it night to night, but I'll definitely like get up to use the bathroom or drink some water and then come back to bed and go into the same dream. I've done that. I do that all the time. I don't even think like it's a talent. I think.
And it's like the repeating dream. Is it like just a regular type dream, or is it like something more like strange?
Well, like one time I decided to try the ketoacidosis diet, like keto. And so like I wasn't eating carbs. So I started having dreams of eating sandwiches. So like you just jump back into that dream where I'm just eating a big sandwich because of the bread. God, I love good bread.
When I was younger, I used to always have the same dream where I would like walk out the back door in the middle of the night because I heard a noise. But I was just a kid, right? Like walking out the back door of the house. And somebody run up and kick me and run away, but I couldn't see him because I had my glasses or my contacts in. And I used to have that dream like for years.
That's crazy.
I used to have this recurring dream as a kid, like a small kid, of like Timon from Timon and Pumbaa. And he would like warn me that there's a really big snake in the house and the snake would eat him. And then the snake would come after me and it would like bite my arm up to my elbow, but then it didn't have any teeth. And it was just really slimy on the inside and it was just gumming my arm. Yeah.
That's gross.
I started warning Timon. I'm like, the snake's coming after you. He's gonna eat you. But he never listened, and every single time the snake got him.
Yeah, to come in.
That little dick.
What?
What?
Should have paid attention.
Colin.
He should have paid attention. He got what he deserved.
Hakuna Matata, right?
Yeah.
Always Timon though, never Pumbaa.
Well, Pumbaa
He's got a
wouldn't take
defense mechanism. Pumbaa does. We won't talk about it.
that. Yeah.
And Colin, like for sleepwalking, like have you ever like been woken up by someone else, or like have you like walked outside of the house?
Both. But
wow,
I've been woken up and it's just like, I guess I was just, I was standing in the living room. And then another time when I woke up outside, I was renting a house in the city with my brother and my cousins, and just like standing outside, didn't know how I got there. That was same thing. Just the cold Chicago air woke me up. So nothing too serious.
Sounds like Chicago.
Nothing interesting.
We did a show on sleepwalking almost 2 years ago or something, I want to say. And the only thing I will mention is they have shown that it is potentially very dangerous to try and wake up an adult that is sleepwalking. Not so much children, but adults specifically. So if you come across an adult that is sleepwalking, try not to interfere with them because it can like kick their fight or flight response into overdrive. And some bad things can happen. So
yeah, that's why I asked Colin like if he's been waking up. Well,
Yeah, nothing good on my end. No cool stories or anything. Just there.
I got woken up. Now I'm thinking about it. I got woken up once. I was having a sleepover at my ex-girlfriend's dad's house. We were like in her room. It was like middle of the night. I woke up and I was standing on the other side of the room. You guys remember in Paranormal Activity how that chick like is sleepwalking, or she's actually possessed. She's not sleepwalking, and she's just staring at the bed. I did something like that. I wasn't staring at the bed. I got up and I was looking out the window, and the blinds were closed. I was like next to a house plant, and she like felt me get up because I'm back in the day I was a larger fellow, but I like woke her up and she was watching me, and I was just standing like staring out the window that had the blinds closed for like 5 minutes. And then she woke me up and it was no big deal. I was like, oh, okay, let me get back to bed, and that was it. But that happened to me. I did wake up. Nothing bad happened.
I used to.
But I could also see like how fight or like it's a good way to maybe get jacked in the face by somebody who's not me.
Yeah.
I used to do it all the time when I was a kid, and I kind of grew out of it like late teenager age. And my parents did wake me up a couple times when I was really little until they figured out like how to redirect me. But there was...
You did mention this. Yes.
Yes.
I remember.
There was a couple times. I remember one distinctly. I was probably like 16 years old or something. And I actually woke up. I wasn't sleepwalking. And I was walking around the hallway to go to the bathroom. And my dad saw me and he goes, "Hi, Kimberly. Do you need something?" And I looked at him so confused. And I was like, "No, I'm just going to the bathroom." And he was like, Oh, are you awake?" I was like, "Yes."
I can confirm that she's told that story before.
Yes.
Am I the only one here
story.
that doesn't ever sleepwalk?
I haven't
when
slept
you're a
walk.
kid.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I was beginning to think I was weird.
No, I have
I
had
think
the
it's-
like. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I have had the like when you act out your dreams a little bit. So like I'll kick or like one time like I sat up, but like I woke myself up when I did it. But like I sat up because I was like yelling something at someone, and yeah. So I don't know. And there's also like those where you're like falling and then like when you land or whatever, like you just jolt in your bed.
Yeah.
I had something happen. I actually went to the doctor because of this, because it scared the shit out of me. So I was in college working at Chipotle, and I remember I was actually napping. I was taking a midday nap. Let me tell you, them food service jobs are not easy physically. And so I was taking like a midday nap on my day off, and I think I was going out later in the night. So I'm like, let me pull in a quick nap here at like noon or whatever. And I remember in the dream I was having, I was running, and then I woke up from my nap, right? So the dream is over, but I woke up and I still felt like running. And I was like, holy shit, I might be late to wherever I'm going. So I got out of bed. My bed was like in the basement. I ran up 2 very short flights of stairs because my family lived in a split level home. So I ran up 2 very short flights of stairs and ran into the bathroom to like check if I'm okay, or like, I don't know. I was like half asleep. When I got to the bathroom and I'm fully awake, or I'm not, maybe not fully awake. When I got to the bathroom, I looked in the mirror, so like made eye contact with myself, and I felt my whole body go limp, and I like hit my head on the bathtub. And I went to the doctor because it scared the shit out of me. Like, what happened? And basically the doctor was like, "Listen, idiot, you get up out of bed, you got up too fast, and then like the blood pressure was not regulated in your body yet, and there was not enough blood to your brain to control your body functions." So perpetually forever since then, anytime I get up out of bed, I try to get up slowly and then like sit up for a second before because I'm scared that'll happen again. It was such a scary thing to lose control of your body. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk, which is relevant to this topic. Maria,
Um,
do you have anything else for us tonight?
yeah, that's pretty much it.
I think that's like the perfect showtime, actually. It's really good. It's like right on the minute if we can just continue to talk for like a few more seconds.
Oh, we still got to do final thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Did we start exactly on time tonight or no?
I think we're a little late.
There's a countdown in the live thing.
Oh, I'm such a moron. Okay, we got like 5 minutes left, guys. 5 minutes, 15 seconds. Perfect
But
for
that's
final
for
thoughts.
final thoughts and announcements.
Okay, let's jump into final thoughts. Who wants to go first?
I can go first. I found this entertaining for sure. I have dreams every now and then. Sometimes I remember them. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes they, like I said, I've had those reoccurring dreams. Some of them have been a little more graphic and crazier than others, but some have been, good ones too. So it's kind of nice. But
it's kind of nice.
It is kind of nice. You have good ones, right?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, geez, Frank.
I'm just getting you back. I'm sorry. Getting you back for everything tonight.
That's fair. I deserve it.
You do. You do.
But it's funny because a lot of it too makes me think, like, especially like your story, Maria, where you're talking about like getting your hair grabbed in bed and you could feel it all and you woke up and your head was sore. It almost makes me think of like the Matrix, how they had those things plugged into the back of their head.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then like Elon Musk talking about how there's like a good high probability that we're living in a simulation. And it makes me wonder, how much of these dreams are our own or they're planted in there, right? So I don't know. Makes me think a lot of weird stuff could be out there. You never know what's true or not.
One says a lot of things. What's the truth amongst it is sometimes hard to tell.
Okay, anyways, my final thought is
He's like, I'm not having that shit.
I was just quoting Pius, don't worry.
have experienced sleepwalking. I wish I could experience lucid dreaming in a good dream. The only time I've experienced it is during a bad dream when I realize, like, wait a second, I'm dreaming, and I wake myself up because the dream is just that scary and I want to be out of it. So I really wish I could experience a good dream and be able to fly or do any of those cool things. And no astral projection. And I don't want Darth Maul coming after me anyways. So that's fine by me.
Mr. Colin.
Well, it was a great topic. That was a great episode. It was a lot of fun. My wife has texted me and said that next time I'm sleepwalking, she will wake me up and try to startle me awake, and I'm gonna try to convince her to film it.
No, that's
we'll
a
have
bad
some content.
idea.
We'll have some content.
That's a bad idea.
Let's make it into some shorts.
Get a GoPro and a taser.
We specifically said to do the opposite of that, Colin.
Well, I'm not good at listening. But no, it was a great topic, and it was a lot of fun. And it made me more curious to try to lucid dream more often. That would be actually pretty cool if I could learn how to do that reliably.
Everybody, try doing that tonight and let us know where you landed on it next week. Maria,
Tonight,
what do you got for
I'm
us?
dreaming about all you guys and us hanging out with the Annabelle doll.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No, we should all go sleep.
Let's
near the
all do
doll.
that.
Yeah.
Let's all think about that tonight. See what happens.
No, thank you.
Wait, Tim, didn't you send something on the Discord that the Annabelle doll is in Illinois now? Frank and I should go see it.
It's gonna be there October 4th. Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Hey, let's wear matching clothes that day. It'd be
We'll
great.
wear matching clothes and we'll
We'll
swear
get a
at it.
milkshake with 2 straws and we'll share a straw, each one of us. It'll be
There
great.
you go.
Yeah. Sorry, Maria. Go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, lucid dreaming. If you are able to do it, practice it. There's a lot of resources out there, like teaching you how to do it. Go ahead and do it. Be careful, but just don't let anyone know that you're in the dream. And then just keep an eye out for the shadow people, because a lot of people have seen them, and even in the waking time, like you could see them. So just be careful. And then the astral projection, if you can do it, that's great. But I wouldn't suggest trying if you haven't before. It's just, why risk it? Like, it may not be true what could happen, but if you really want to risk it, if it is true, then go ahead, but wouldn't recommend.
And I'll take the next final thought as it is the end. If you do want to risk it for a biscuit, people have written books on how to do that. So you can definitely practice and try if you wanted to. I don't know. I think Dr. Mayano, has a very good prognosis that you shouldn't. You're a what doctor?
I'm not a doctor.
Oh, I thought you said foot doctor. I'm like, oh, that's weird. Fun cuts on this show, everybody. Fun edits later for me.
Man, you can be a doctor if you want to be. Come on.
Hey, I'm not a doctor, but I'll take a look.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Dr. Pepper's not a doctor.
Put pictures of your feet in the comments below for Maria to look at.
No.
After listening to the show, if you'd like to visually sketch out what you think Maria's sleep paralysis demon looked like, please do that. We will share those sketches on air next week and send them to her. No, honestly, really great discussions here. I think that since it's something that everybody may have maybe has experienced, I think it's great to talk about it and get it out there. I feel like this is one topic where when people ask me, like, what are some of the things you talk about on your show? Because they just assume it's all ghosts. But this is the type of stuff that's not ghosts that is really good. And this is the type of stuff where I'll be like, oh, we talk about this stuff. Like, oh my God, when I was 10 years old, and people just go into these stories. And then I start regretting telling them that I do this podcast. That's like 1 out of 2 experiences. It's really just a blast to have in public. Like the other one is like when I tell them like, oh, I do this, they'll like pull out like their cell phone and they'll start scrolling through pictures to show me a picture of like things they've caught on camera. I'm like, oh, that's nice. But honestly, if anybody listening to this would like to put their experiences in the comments, we'd love to read them and see what you're going through. And like I said, if we like them, we could read them next show. Or if you like this type of content, please let us know, and we will definitely do another follow-up show. And I think there's enough content out there, generally speaking, to do a show on each one of these concepts: astral projection, lucid dreaming, and sleep paralysis, all told. So if you'd like us to do follow-ups on any of these, let us know, and we will do so. Outside of that, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for telling your friend. Thank you for being totally paralyzed when your mom gives you a kiss goodnight in your bed. And we will talk to you next week. And next week, we're going to be doing... Oh, wait. Kay, do you want to do announcements? Did I skip over that?
I was just going to let you go. It's fine. Next week, Charlie is going to be telling us about the Shanghai tunnels in Portland. After that, I have got to get my stuff together and pick out a topic. If there's anything you'd like to hear, let me know. And then after that, we are super excited for this topic that is very close to all of our hearts. Colin is going to be talking about the Taco Bell Strangler. So make sure you have your Taco Bell ready. Maybe we should all eat Taco Bell while
We
Colin
should.
Can we
talks.
all eat Taco Bell on
See if we
camera?
can get a sponsorship going.
Yes.
We tried, but I think when we were trying before, we had the wrong cast of Late Night Legends at that time. But hey, I would really like to get free Baja Blast the rest of my life.
We will let Colin talk while all of us munch on our Taco Bell on mute, so people spill.
I will be streaming from a bathtub full of Baja Blast in my naked body.
I almost called him Spill McFookie.
Ooh.
Phil McSpooky, and other people with misophonia don't get mad at us.
I didn't know there was a word for that, but okay.
I think it's misophonia.
It sounds like a kind of like a made up word. A little
It
bit.
could be. I could
Did you
just
just
be
make that up?
BSing you right now.
I'm going to text him. He'll know the name of that word. He'll know. I'm sure.
Spill McFookie. We'll be back in 2 weeks with Taco Bell.
Bye.